All right, hello everybody. My name is Master Chen.
My name is BGM.
This is Doxy.
Oh yeah, me too, Dave.
And you're listening to Grey Noise.
How was your ginger?
All right, everybody.
Happy birthday.
Wait, no, hang on. One of us is celebrating a birthday today.
People in the
If you're watching on the live stream, you can see that we're celebrating a birthday today. But for purposes of privacy, we can't tell you who. So we're just gonna have to say happy birthday.
Let's just say he's 16 today.
Yeah.
Yes, he's 16
He
today.
drove himself to the shop today.
Yeah, there you go. So just wish us, someone of us, happy birthday. And there
So
we go.
we can sing happy birthday to an anonymous user.
Yes. Now, this is episode 24, so welcome. We are at the Sin Shop in, I was going to say downtown Las Vegas. It's not there anymore. We are at 1075 American Pacific Drive, Suite C in Henderson, Nevada. We are still the Las Vegas Hackerspace. We are here every Friday, 7 p.m. For the live stream. And for those of you who are listening to us in the future, this is episode 24. If you are looking for episode 23, so are we. So, all right. So that's the announcements. And one more thing before we go into this, we haven't done this, but I think we really need to start doing this. The views and opinions of this show does not reflect any of our future, past, or present employers.
Well, we have a disclaimer on the website that says just that.
Okay. Well, we are saying it verbally now, so there's that. And okay, I think that's all with the announcements today.
Chen said it verbally for all of us.
Okay. No, there is one more announcement. Finally, the meetings on 2600.org and .com have been updated to reflect this address. However, for some reason, it's still saying that on the first Friday of each month, we are meeting at 7 p.m. for 2600. We are going to be meeting at 6 p.m. starting in January, so please keep that in mind, you guys. I do have to re-email them and update them there. But they did update the address, so come on. Sinshop.org for more information. And what do we talk about first?
I believe we had a dispute of last week.
Oh, I think
like
so.
2 weeks ago, right?
Yeah, it was 2 weeks
That
ago.
wasn't here.
Well,
2 weeks ago.
remember,
2 weeks ago.
we went from episode 22 to episode 24. I think that's kind of funny, but go ahead.
No, wait. I mean, do we have our disputer here?
Yes,
Yes,
there he
yes,
is.
we do.
All
Hey,
right.
all right.
It's Micah.
All right, so we have...
It's not like.
Oh, by the way, the person who is about to debate with us is also the guy who made our intro. Awesome intro. Go to MokiTheDestroyer.com for more beats.
Thanks, Moki.
All right, Moki, what's up?
Wait, okay. It's not really that I dispute you guys, but
Wait,
I just
let's-
feel like.
Well,
let's-
let's.
Oh, yeah, maybe
What did we
you-
talk about?
So a couple weeks ago, we were talking about the positive and negative of giving kids technology early in their lives and whether that was a good or bad thing. And Moki,
And I would like Husby's opinion on it too later, but
yeah. So
Because I'm the only one with kids.
well, yeah.
Yeah, so we
Fuck off,
all
rest of you.
shared our opinions on whether we thought giving kids at a very early age was good or bad for their progression and whatever. So Moki has some thoughts on that.
Well, I just wanted to point out that the school I work at, we are an iPad school, but it's actually like within the first year of giving all the kids iPads, we've already seen that it's a huge failure as far as like their work ethics or any of that kind of stuff. Like it doesn't help them in any way. If anything, it's more of a distraction in the classroom.
Do you guys lock it down though? Is there like any
Yeah,
internet?
there's,
any cameras?
Any cameras? Like
Well, they
on-
Yeah,
iPads have cameras.
'cause,
yeah, the iPads have cameras, and
I know that my work removes cameras from the work issued iPads.
no, they
hardware?
still have cameras. They can still get into everything for the most part. So they can still use Snapchat. They can download games.
So they do have internet on this.
So you're
Yeah,
not
they
doing
still
it
do.
right, is what
Yeah,
you're saying.
well,
No wonder
but-
it's a big
You need it
disconnect.
to be
all I'm
locked down.
saying Is like
It needs to be just a tool for learning and like nothing else. Like
Yeah, but I think they tried to do that the first year, and then what ended up happening was like teachers wanted more programs, and so then they ended up having to open it up for everybody or something. But basically,
That's what enterprise remote provisioning is built for.
Yeah.
And iPads do support that.
It's
So-
just you gotta lock down the stuff that needs to be locked down.
yeah. Well,
Snapchat,
but that was the only
number
thing is that
Instead
like,
of giving
even-
them avenues, just give them one road to go down.
Yeah, and so all I'm saying though is that I just thought it's not as clear cut as just saying like, yeah, you should give kids technology at an early age. I think that it does have to have restrictions, basically.
Okay.
I don't think anybody would argue with you about that.
yeah,
Yeah,
I think we would agree with you.
But I just wanted to point
That's
out
true.
that there was like a thing that they're doing where they issued out iPads, and within the first year, it's supposed to be a 3-year program, so this is the last year. and it's already like a huge failure. And they knew it within like the first year that it was just not working.
No, like all the kids that were doing well are totally sucking it up because they
Yeah,
have an
or
iPad
it
now.
just it was just like a huge distraction. Like the teachers basically don't even use them anymore. They tried to use them, and it just became like when you're in class, it's like no iPads. Like,
So are they donating iPads to the shop?
yeah, I don't know. That would be nice.
Well, okay. The thing is, I don't think the iPad as a device was the failure.
The iPad.
Yeah, it's the
iPad.
way that they were.
I'm not saying
I know what Chen's about to say, and I totally agree with him.
Okay, so it's not the device as itself as a failure. It's how it's being used. Like for instance, the unrestricted or slightly restricted access to the internet. I mean, like you should be using it as a tool and nothing else. If it's a program or an app that has like let's say 1, 2, 3 ABC sing along or whatever, okay, that's a tool for the use of a device. But if you're going to let Facebook be installed on there as an app or anything that does not revolve around education, that's where the failure is, not the device.
Yeah, and I agree with that as well. But that's the only thing. I just felt like you guys made it a little more like just they should have total access to technology right away.
Well, I wasn't.
I think
I said that.
I
I
think
said
that's-
that, but I wasn't thinking of like the educational aspect. I was just
Yeah, because
thinking. Of,
recreationally, I think that they should have total like whatever they want.
Yeah.
But I don't know. It's just like sometimes it can actually just kind of affect their learning, I guess.
but I agree with Chen. iPads don't distract people. People distract people.
Yes, I agree. You said it way better than I did.
I think just like pouring iPads into a classroom is sort of a solution looking for a problem, right? And because you said you wanted my opinion about it since I have kids.
Yes.
My children are Montessori children. They go to Montessori private school.
So they learn at their own pace anyway.
They have, yeah. And Montessori's been really great about integrating technology into their curriculum, but it's only when it's an obvious improvement over the previous system, right?
Right. So it's restricted in a way, whether it be time constraint or. Oh, hey, nice. Hey, look at that.
Dude, this
By
is
the way-
a maker's shop, by the way.
Yeah, by the way, you
and
guys.
they just made this.
So for those
like,
of you who can
suck it.
see, Vic over there has just made a 6-pack hand carrier for these beers, these
Reusable.
wonderful beers. Yeah, it's a reusable thing.
It's open.
There you go. There you go.
Yeah.
And you can make all this stuff at SynShop. So come on down, synshop.org, become a member, hang out with us. All right. So what I was saying, is that in that example, though, it's some sort of restriction, whether it be time, like the kids aren't given the iPads until they need them.
Or it's like narrowly focused. Like so, in their cases, it's hey, we're going to play some online games to teach you your letters, right? Like
Right.
Montessori is really big on manipulatives, and a computer is just a big manipulative to them.
No,
Right? So
Montessori
they teach
is-
them to type, basically. Like you're going to type letters while you're learning your letters and play games. Now, it's not the whole thing. That's just one of many activities that they allow the kids to do. But it's very narrowly focused. It's like, there's this one online thing at like abcmouse.com or whatever that they love to play when they're, pre-kindergartners trying to learn their letters.
Well, I mean, it's just like having in the old days before touchscreens, like the talking typing tutor or Read Your Rabbit or yes, I know these.
Spell?
Speak and Spell,
yeah,
the
these-
greatest toy ever invented.
So it's
I have
another
a Speak
tool.
and
Now
Spell.
those tools weren't internet based or had
A
internet
is
access,
for Apple.
but it was a technology.
Don't touch my boobs.
Oh.
So Montessori, that's mostly like a per student kind of thing because it's not focused on a wide curriculum. It's whatever a student's good at, they will.
They
Focus
do
on
have to
that.
follow Common Core because they're an
In America.
educational institution and they're here in the United States.
Yeah.
So there are things they have to hit on. So there is sort of a generic like thrust of where they're going. Like they need to know these things. But generally, Montessori kids are way ahead of the Common Core standards.
Okay. Yeah.
'Cause-
Well, where I was going with that was if they give iPads to students and they see like this student's not working for them, they would just take it away from them and give them something else to do.
Sure. Yes.
Okay.
Yeah. They typically don't allow. I mean, they have some free time, but they don't allow kids to just like fuck off all day.
Okay.
At your own pace is not fuck off all you want.
Well, Doxy, you've
Oh,
been
that's-
pretty quiet.
That,
Well, no.
that was pretty much what I did in college. The
'Cause-
kids can wait till
What
college.
college is
that.
for. There's a time and a place for everything. It's called college.
Because with Moki's situation, it sounds more like they are it's kind of free reign. Like they, I'm sure they have some standards or whatever, but it sounds like they just give them the iPads and they're like, here you go.
That's pretty much exactly.
Well,
And
it was
I-
a government solution, right?
Yeah, exactly.
Which is
Yeah.
not thought out, costs the taxpayers 10 times as much money as it should, and it's highly unlikely to succeed.
Yeah, and it
So,
already
so I got a text from one of our listeners now, and she was saying, that her daughter uses her phone for research in class. So, what's the difference?
Difference between
The difference between having your phone and using it for research and be given or being issued an iPad by the school. Is there a difference?
There is. What I was saying with Mogi is like if they have a path they're following, like they give them iPads and they use it for whatever learning thing, that's cool. But if they just have it and they're just randomly using different stuff, different.
Yeah, because if your daughter's sitting there texting during class the entire time, then that would be a problem with the phone. Like, then she probably shouldn't be using her phone in class.
Yeah.
But
Right,
if she's
so-
using it for research, then that's cool. But
Right, but
kids-
that goes back to what I said originally when you came up about the debate. Is it's not a failure of the device; it's a failure of what kind of restrictions are on it. Yeah, regulation against it. So it's more a philosophical thing, I guess.
I'm gonna date myself here, but I didn't have a cell phone back in high school, and I only knew a few people who did.
And I'm even older than that.
Back in my day, I had a cell phone not until I was 17, and I had to pay for it with prepaid minutes.
I just
Get
wanna
off my
point out-
lawn.
I just want to point out that we couldn't even wear hats in class.
Yeah, we couldn't.
let alone use cell phones. So I mean,
We couldn't wear hats.
We couldn't wear hats in school.
We weren't allowed to sag our jeans.
Yeah.
Yeah, wait, yeah. Zenfire asked a
I
good
don't
question.
think you can do that
Can you
now
do that
still.
now? You can't wear hats still.
There's still like dress codes and stuff.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
Haven't they gone the
You have
other
to-
way?
you have
Like
to
they're more
uncover in
uniform-like
class.
almost now? Like a lot of the schools are like toying with the idea of the kids should just all wear uniforms.
Well, my school, it has to be a polo shirt, and they only get like 3 colors.
Oh, so it's
So it's kinda uniform.
semi-uniform.
Yeah, it's pretty uniform.
I was reading this thing saying, arguing whether or not schools that enforce uniforms were more aligned or were more focused than ones that don't enforce uniforms. So that's kind of interesting that these kids are all distracted by their iPads and their flashy gizmos. I
But
just said
think-
flashy gizmos.
Well, I think on the school I work at, I think it's more because of like gang signs, and so
Yeah.
they really regulate what they wear just so that they can't express
Oh, I
any of
see.
that.
So as a parent, there is one tech solution that I would love to see schools implement is, I don't know how you do it, whether it's a Pebble Watch or an Apple Watch or whatever, or just a wristband of some sort. I want my kid to just put their arm on the teacher's desk and get all the fucking handouts as PDFs.
That's a pretty good idea.
Sounds like something like a Fitbit with NFC in it.
Yeah, like
That's a pretty good idea.
blasted to their wristband in NFC or
And then they
Bluetooth
bring
or
it.
whatever.
They bring it home, and then as you as the parent take the thing and
I
grab all
can't
the.
my kids are great, right? But they're also young, and I can't tell you how many times I've gotten a handout and it's just mangled. It looks like somebody just like crumpled it up, then chewed on it for a while, then tried to flatten it out, and it's like, what is this?
No.
I was gonna say,
I'm
Or,
not
or
actually-
that,
Or
email
email.
would work too.
Yeah,
Like,
I'm not a parent, but I was a student, and I know from that experience, I would want if my kids had something like that where they just like, boop, and they get all their documents
Like the
uploaded.
Disney
I'd
Magic
want to
Band.
be CC'd on that with like, this is what your kids got to sign. This way, I can be like, all right, I know you have homework, so. you should
That's
do it."
exactly what I want. Like, you get a homework assignment, it gets pushed to their phone. Like the Disney Magic Bands. Have you guys seen these now?
We have not.
Disney's
I haven't.
rolling these out. They're NFC, like a little band, but they're also, I don't know exactly what the technology is in them, because they can locate a band within a foot anywhere in a park.
Even
And-
indoors.
Wow.
Yeah, and
Well, it's better than putting a leash on your kid, in my opinion.
Maybe it's like a network GPS
I-
where like,
I- I
each
don't-
band
yeah.
links to each band,
each
and
band.
as long as
and you're able to put like your park passes on them and stuff like that. And so now,
Cool, okay.
like their dream is that there won't ever be any gates. You just walk into Disneyland, right?
Wow.
But when I was there just a week ago in Disney World, we walked up to the like to get into the park. There was just a post with a little reader thing. You just put your wrist on it and your fingerprint, and it glows green, and you walk in.
Oh, actually, they had that at Life is Beautiful last year. The same thing.
Yeah.
The wristband thing.
I've seen it at
And,
concerts.
and you can put money. You preload them with money, so like your kids can go and shopping and buy food and whatever, like without ever having to carry cash or worry about you there to pay for it and all
That's
that
pretty
stuff.
cool. Except I wouldn't want to not have my kid next to me in a giant park like Disneyland.
When they're 12, you do. Like you and your brother, just like when you're 12 and 14, just we don't want to see you for like 3 hours. Go have fun.
Go somewhere. Mommy
meet
and
you-
Daddy need to
we'll-
ride the teacups.
Yeah,
Exactly.
We'll meet
We're
you
gonna
in
try
Pirates
to-
of the Caribbean after lunch.
So it's a thing. Like who can ride the teacups long enough without puking? We get in together. We both spin as hard as we can. We go until someone pukes.
That sounds terrible.
But don't they kick you off the ride?
I know they
And,
do.
like,
Because we're big kids trying to ruin it. for
Nobody
everybody else.
wants to have fun at the park.
yeah.
But anyway, the ban would be cool. That's an idea I think would be awesome.
Well, they actually do have at the school I work at, they use this program called Alex, where if you wanted to, you could go onto the website. You could go onto the website and you could actually pull up all of your like kids' work that they have.
Is this like the public schools here in
Yeah,
Vegas?
it's like a public school thing.
Oh, that's
And
cool.
So like
Wow.
yeah, because since it's Christmas break now, yeah, the teacher like he tried to show like all the kids like, hey, you know, just on your iPad, pull up this app, go here, it'll have all of your missing assignments or all of your assignments.
So you can
But-
catch up.
Yeah, but the kids won't do it. Like even
Well,
though
but
they
I
have-
will, and I like
yeah,
to
yeah,
like
you would,
yeah.
and like it would be
As a dad, I'm gonna be like, what the hell's up with this?
Yeah,
right? Like
there's,
I
like-
gotta be a dad.
they
Right?
have really cool things like that. But the problem is getting the kids to show their parents that this exists, or for the kids to even use it.
Yeah.
Like that's the problem.
So I don't think our disagreement is necessarily with using devices for education. Just where do we draw the line as far as restriction goes, right?
I
Can
think,
we say that?
and I think that's only the restriction is only appropriate in school because you need some sort of guidance within school, and then your other time is like time to explore. It's so hard.
I'm sorry.
I don't know.
It's so
I'm sorry. For those of you who don't know who is,
Repeat that?
for those of you who don't know who that man is over there, it's Doxy's evil twin. So he might
Do you
sound a
have
little
any kids
different.
over there,
Doxy's evil twin, Joxy.
Joxy.
He's the
Joxy,
sport
there you
player.
go.
So Joxy, do you have any kids?
No,
None that you know of.
none that I know of.
Wow, you're making him sound Jamaican or something.
Right. He said he's his evil twin, Joxy, right? So
He's a sport-
he
he's
must
a
have
sports
plenty of
guy.
children out there
Alright.
he doesn't know about.
It's so hard to talk right now, and they're forcing me to do this.
All right, guys. So before we move on, you know, one thing I do want to say is Lapbox, I apologize. I should have said this earlier in the show. Notice that she's not here right now, so we miss her, but she's not here.
Missy that box.
Miss you.
All right, so there's the shout out. And what are we doing next? Well, next, there's a couple things we want to talk about, such as hitting backspace 28 times during grub loading, and bam, you're in Linux.
I
Did anybody else
get
hear about
really
this?
paranoid about my typos, and I just hit backspace 28 times.
Me
I
too.
do, I
no.
all the
Wait,
time.
what?
But
Oh,
it only-
yeah.
it only happens
Yeah,
during the
Dave
booting.
didn't know about this.
WTF?
It happens during the booting sequence with Grub
It's the
2.
booting. Yeah.
And if you hit backspace 28 times.
Right, so basically this is affecting all Linux distros.
What?
But I
Now,
I saw
my question is,
not all Linux distros, but a good number of them.
well, anything using grub.
I'm about to test this.
Okay,
Boot it
so
up.
now my question though is, was this programmed or was this completely
If,
by
uh,
accident?
They
So
said
there's
they,
a Linux kernel in grub, and so if you hit backspace a bunch of
they
times,
said
it boots
it's
into that.
It's an underflow
Drops you
buffer.
into
We're fact checking right now.
A recovery shell.
yeah.
Okay, so Vic
so
is saying
it's a
that
single
Vic
user-
and McNutt is saying
If you have a password on your grub and you hit backspace 28 times, I think in the password field, well, in underflows, it reboots and throws you into a shell.
oh, okay, so you get thrown into a shell.
So it's not going to work
so
on
at
my
that point, you
machine.
can get into the full file system.
Okay, so I found that
Unless it's
interesting.
All right, do you want to say
because-
what he said?
Because you're not an idiot and you
Yeah.
encrypted your hard drive.
Okay, so
I just said that. That means all of you
I-
without encrypted hard drives, yep, you're an idiot.
I'm an idiot.
I don't have an encrypted hard drive.
Okay, I'm going to probably butcher exactly what McNutt said, but basically, the grub boot sequence would have to have a password on it. You in the password field, you hit backspace 28 times. It'll then reboot and drop you into a shell. Is that correct? A recovery shell, right?
Sounds about right, yeah.
Okay,
And
so
because grub knows how to read ext file systems,
then you would have access to the drive, yes.
yeah.
And that's why you're saying that you're an idiot if you don't encrypt your hard drive.
Bingo.
I'm an idiot.
Which I'm an idiot.
I'll admit I'm an idiot.
We should have a let's all encrypt our hard drives day. That
Sounds like a good day for the Sin Shop.
Or the crypto party. The crypto
Yeah.
party.
Crypto party at Sin
I saw,
Shop.
I saw a good quote that says that physical access is root access, which is true.
I like
That
that.
is true.
I like that.
Because if anybody has physical access to your box, they're going to find a way in.
I would challenge you to get access to my drive.
Yeah, unless it's encrypted.
Okay, so now this was recently found, like it was in the news this week, and I'm just wondering if, I mean, Grub's been around for a long time. Is this like a backdoor that was just there and nobody knew about it, or like was this an
0 day.
yeah 0 day like oh holy shit this works?
This is the proof that open source means more secure is a complete fallacy.
It's true. This sounds like something that somebody put in to test something and then forgot to take it out.
And shit, I don't know if I can say this. Let's just say that there's a movement out front to fund security audits of popular core open source projects. I know that this is coming if it hasn't been announced already. So you guys can say, "Oh yeah, we already know about this." I don't know if it's been made public,
GREYNOISE exclusive.
but I just know that there is a push right now amongst several organizations who will remain nameless at the moment. But they're big organizations in the open source community. Excuse me. And the push is to try to fund, give grants to do independent security audits of some of the core open source software out there. And by core, I mean things like Git and Bash.
I agree 100% with
stuff
this
like
kind
that.
of thing. I always thought bug bounties were a great idea. This is just like that on a larger scale.
Yeah,
I agree
this is,
100%
hey,
with
we're
that.
going to pay you to go over this software line by line, run it through every static analysis tool you've got, try to find any kind of security flaw in this stuff. And we're just going to pay you to spend 24 hours a day to do that until you're done.
And with the recent pushes against encryption from governments,
Which we'll be getting into in a second here.
Yeah.
that seems like a great thing.
Yeah,
I mean, the
it's
more
good.
secure, the better.
It's the only way we're going to defend against governments weaponizing and stockpiling 0 days. Is if we're confident, like, yeah, fuck you, you have 0 days. We went through it line by line. Now, if you have one, it must be really good because we missed it.
Yeah, you'll have to press backspace 29 times.
29.
So, but BGM, I think you kind of were alluding to this before Dave was talking about the line-by-line audit from all these nameless organizations. But
Yeah, there's money behind it. And it's
yeah,
going to be
and
announced
I'm-
soon if it hasn't already been
and
announced.
that's fine. But my question is,
Did you check Anderson?
I'm on it right now.
Okay, somebody's
No,
Hack
Give me
Linux
some-
scrub password. Oh, cool. Thanks,
No, it's,
Thanks, Grayson.
Oh, okay. Grayson's putting in links. Oh, which, by the way, the IRC channel is fairly lively, but not as lively as it used to be. So maybe some of our listeners don't know about our new connection here.
BGM.
BGM, will you do the honors?
Of naming listeners who don't know how to connect. All right.
No,
Fox.
no. I did not say that, Fox. No. I'm talking about like the people who may not know that we have transitioned.
I'm just trying to guilt
We've
Fox into
transitioned?
getting active.
Yes,
on the
we've turned
channel.
into a beautiful our own IRC server.
I'm trying to get guilt Fox into being active on the channel.
Guilt Fox.
No, we moved our servers.
Greybot just died, but go ahead.
Oh crap!
Did
we
someone
moved-
kill it?
No,
it
it's just
died.
I need
Oh.
to. I need to.
David E. Grayson might have.
Yeah, Grayson might have.
Grayson kills Bob.
We moved our servers to. We moved it off of Freenode because Freenode had net splits like every 10 minutes, and so we have our own server now. It's irc.greynoi GREYNOI.se, and it's you have to force SSL if you want to connect. It only listens on SSL port 6697, 9899 or 7000, whatever your client is defaulted to. And the channel to join is pound pub, PUB for public,
Meet us down at the old pub.
for
Never
public
mind.
house.
Yes, pub. Pound pub.
So irc.greynoi.se, GREYNOI.se, force SSL or enable SSL option on your client, and join us in pound pub.
So there's that announcement.
Oh, I also plan on setting up a hidden service access to our IRC server
Oh, sweet.
very soon, so you can join anonymously. Actually,
Oh, cool.
and
Yes,
there
that would
literally
be very
is.
cool.
We don't want to know who you are, and you don't have to tell us.
Yes, I like that a lot. All right, so I don't know if this question was answered about the hitting backspace 28 times, but what do you guys think the likelihood of BGM kind of mentioned it where like somebody might have used the hit backspace 28 times as a debug feature that just forgot to remove it, or was this an actual like nobody knew this is an O day that just got discovered and it's completely it wasn't meant
I
to be.
suspect that's the case. That it's
Why do you think that's the case instead of debugging?
Because programmers, I hate to say this, but programmers are not that dumb.
Oh, thank you. That's the nicest thing
And the
anyone's
reason I
ever
want
said
to, I
me.
hate to say it is because I have seen some dumb programmers, and by the way, I have been the king of dumb programmers. So I it takes one to know one. But I don't think that programmers are going to be like, hey, I'm going to leave debug. Yes, shit happens. Yes, we do stuff that's dumb, but it usually doesn't last more than a release or two. So, like, the fact that this has been in there a while makes me think that they just didn't know about it.
It says
Okay.
It says that this was an integer underflow that was introduced in a grub commit in December 2009.
Yeah, so it's been in there a while, and because it's an integer Oh, so it goes to -0, so it wraps. Yeah, so or -1, so it wraps. So anyway, that is clearly not a debug feature.
Okay. So that was my question. So I'm glad that we got that answered. And that's pretty much my only thought on it, I think, really. All right, so the next thing, which by the way, Zenify has just updated the live stream to include our IRC information on screen while the live stream's going.
Wow.
So
Nice.
thank you, Zenify.
You guys, we live in the future.
Yeah, let's see how many people we can get in the channel. Come on.
Yeah.
I told
If you're watching on YouTube right now, get off your ass, get your laptop, and sign on.
And say happy birthday to one of us.
To one of us.
To the anonymous
So
user.
I'm not trying to dox the person whose birthday it is, but Chen had a thing the other day, and I told Zenify at that thing that Chen had the other day that
You can say what I had the other day.
Well, I'm not going to.
I'll let you.
So-
You can announce it if you want.
Cool.
We're all
I
proud
told
of you, by the way.
Zenify, I was like, this the podcast is just like not the same without you. Zenify, you make
Yeah.
us work, man.
Yes.
Yeah, man.
Yes.
Yeah,
Thank
you know what? To Zen.
Yeah, to then.
Zenify.
Yeah.
All right.
Cheers.
Okay, so
Cheers,
I
man.
will. I guess I could say this really quick because I am an advocate. What?
I almost blew beer out my nose because Big Nut said, "You complete us."
I thought you said my nut.
My nuts said, "You complete us."
Mine too, Zenify.
These nuts, man.
All right, so a couple of days ago on Tuesday, I did graduate from college.
I was on a 10-year plan. I totally appreciate.
Well, no, and
Jen.
the reason why I wanted to mention it is because, we are at this podcast about education and not being ignorant in regards to information security.
Yes.
Now, before, like when I first started college, like I was of the mindset of like, do I really need this? And I hated school, and I kind of still do, honestly. But I am glad that it's over. It actually started to sink in probably about 2 days ago. I was driving to a client, and I was like, wow, like how many people get to say that they have what I have?
Well, a whole bunch of people.
Well, no, I mean, right.
Well,
And I'm not saying I'm not being
Not to
elitist.
belittle it.
No, I'm not being elitist. But I'm saying that it's just one of those other lines that people have. I mean, there are people who unfortunately don't get to graduate high school even.
It is a huge accomplishment, Chen. I do not want to diminish that in any way. I love the fact that you have like literally the first degree in social engineering.
Yes, that is very true. I got a degree
is-
in social engineering.
It is quite possibly the coolest thing you could do.
I'm very proud of you, man.
Yeah.
Me and BJ are doing
It
that.
is a massive
Yeah.
accomplishment.
Well,
Don't belittle it at all.
okay.
A lot of us do it, but it's awesome too at the same time.
Well, one thing that I do want to say though is it's funny because yes, it did take me 10 years, but in those 10 years, it's like that mindset has changed, right? So you're never done growing. You're never done getting older. you're never done changing your philosophy. You're never done.
Well, in IT, you're always a student.
Yeah, if you're
Right.
in computers and you're not constantly reading books and trying to teach yourself new skills, you're going to be out of job in 3 years.
Yeah.
Right.
Or
Very
less.
true.
Actually, I think Chen is in the minority for the podcasters. I think he's the only one with a degree. And I know Doxy and I just recently started going back to school. Oh, okay. You have a degree.
I have a degree. I have a degree.
Just
in-
rub it in. Just rub it in.
I have a degree in ultra snobbery. No, I'm an alum from the University of Washington.
No, now I'm not trying to bring this up as an elitist thing.
I was on the 10-year plan too, just like Chen. It took me 10 years. I dropped out 3 times. Kids don't ever give up.
Oh, I dropped out twice. I'm on my third go of college right now.
There you
Get
go.
it
That's
this
third time's
We got
Get
it.
it this
We got
time.
it.
You'll get it this time. Like
Third time's the
seriously,
charm.
like just if you don't do it in the first 4 years, like don't give up.
Well, what's
This
funny
will,
is
this will be my second attempt.
so as I was standing around the line for graduation, I was starting to kind of ask people, well, how long did it take you guys to finish? How long did it take you? No answer. I did not get a single answer that said 4 years. Everybody's average was like
Yeah.
6 years, 7
Yeah.
years now. And that's kind of interesting because the expectation is no longer there for.
Do you know why you did it that way? How much debt do you have?
I have zero debt.
That's the answer, children.
I have no
The
student
debt will
debt.
kill you if it takes you 10 years to do it while paying cash.
Yeah,
do it.
And
I
I
have
think-
no student debt.
And I think also along with that is that we talked about it a long time ago when we talked about education versus experience. You need experience along with education. So a lot of people take time out to get jobs in their field and whatnot, and to do it a little bit slower, so they have when they get out, they can get a job as opposed to being a newbie in a field that they have no idea.
Well, I
about.
think it's
totally
important to
agree.
mention that even though up until Tuesday, none of the 4 main podcasters had a degree. We all have pretty solid jobs.
Very true.
I mean,
Right.
Yeah.
I think that goes to show that experience counts for something, at least in our field.
Well, and when you go back to school, you're going to get way more out of it.
Mm-hmm.
Because you're going to know what you
Yeah,
like.
now,
You're
yeah.
going to know what you
I-
want to learn.
I completely agree.
Absolutely.
You're going to know,
Absolutely.
in the words of Donald Rumsfeld, there's like known unknowns, and then there's unknown unknowns. Well, you have a lot more known unknowns now.
Mm-hmm.
Right.
So you can go to school and be like, you know what? I always want to learn this. That's going to make me a better whatever it is I do.
I've seen a pie chart that looks like that. It was like the upper left quadrant was like stuff you know, stuff you don't know, stuff you don't know, and stuff you don't know, you don't know.
Yeah, and you want to minimize the don't knows.
Mm-hmm.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And working does that in spades.
Right.
So when we go back, you like when you're like very young, straight out of high school, you see these concepts and theories and things, but you have no idea what they are. They're just abstract thoughts to you. But now we understand them because we do them pretty much every day in our jobs.
Mm-hmm.
Voice is killing me.
That's not doxy, remember, guys. That's Joxy. Today it's Joxy. Well,
Joxy today.
see, we are changing his name every Friday.
Today I am Joxy. Hear me roar.
Well, so one more thing that I want to say is that now that I have a degree in social engineering, I do approach social engineering concepts differently. I have a different way of viewing them, not just a fuzzing aspect to it, where I'm throwing a whole bunch of shit at the wall and seeing what sticks.
That's my way of doing stuff.
There you go. No, but now that I have these concepts like in my head, I say, okay, well, because I know this, if I try it this way, maybe I'll have these results, right? So like, it's a better process of thinking. I just find it cool. I guess now it kind of really just hit me like, oh, okay, cool, I got this.
Well, now that you have letters after your name, it's your duty to write the book on it.
Actually, here's the thing. So I never thought that I would. Well, first of all, there was a time where I never thought I'd get a bachelor's degree. Okay, now that I have that, my next step is like I never thought I would even think about going for masters.
Don't do it. Don't be a nerd.
No, but
You know what?
I want to
I'm
be Master
sorry.
Chen, like actual Master Chen.
Isn't
I
that
want to
done
be
in
Master Chen.
Isn't that done in a dojo somewhere in the mountains?
I'm
of
halfway
Japan?
there on that respect. Okay, I'm halfway there in that respect. I want to be Master Chen.
I don't think people. I don't think master's a title with master degrees.
At least it hasn't been since,
Well, I don't care.
since like 1864.
It will be now. Look,
But if you get a PhD after a master's, you could be Dr. Master Chen.
Dr. Master Chen. Okay, so
Don't screw up your life and go to grad school.
Dr. Master Chen. I like that idea. That's all I'm saying.
No, it's a great idea. Do it when you retire.
What's funny is, okay, so actually, now that I think about it, I'm 2 degrees away from Dr. Master Chen, and
No,
two-
you can go straight to PhD now. You know that. You don't. You can skip masters.
Oh, well then what the fuck? Really?
That's exactly right. Masters is for people who don't want to write a thesis.
What if I want to write a
That
book?
literally is exactly what it is.
I have a lot to consider. But what I was going to say is,
You do know his proficiency with typos, right? Writing isn't exactly the best.
this
thing
has
you
become
can
a
do
show
with
of
Yeah,
insults.
we were talking about how a good morning it was the other day, right? MRON.
Morning. Yeah, I should talk the way I type.
If you're serious about doing like grad school in computer science, I've got some friends that are professors. We should talk.
Well, here's the thing. So
They do research
About-
right?
about the
in
whole-
several different research.
about the whole Master Chen thing, though, in the martial arts aspect, I am 2 degrees away from being a Master Chen.
Oh, in martial arts, I got you.
And from the school point of view, if I were to take masters and then doctorate, I am 2 degrees away from being Dr. Master Chen. So 2 degrees all around.
How many black belts do you have to get to become a master?
You need 5
Fourth dan?
degrees.
5 dan.
5, yeah, 5th degrees.
Fifth on.
And I'm at 3rd right now. So
Is that where you like kill people with your pinky?
I could already do that. Okay, so anyway, that was a way big sidebar, but I just want to say it's finally hitting me now. Maybe it's the alcohol, maybe it's a little bit of both.
And is school worth it, Chen?
Oh, that's a good question. It depends. Okay,
You haven't seen the fruits of your labor yet.
Yeah, I mean, give him
So,
a week.
I'll give you a few weeks. Get a fucking job first, and then.
well, so I will say that it's worth it, but you definitely have to have that perseverance because it is a hard road.
You totally did it for the ladies. Didn't you?
When do you actually get?
Sure, I did.
When do you actually get a piece of paper to put on your wall?
I don't No.
They'll mail it to you.
I know they'll mail it to me, but I'm like,
Sometime in January, I think.
yeah, it's like, I'll get
They
it.
don't do the thing where they shake your hand and
But
give you a
apparently,
degree
no,
and
they
give
don't.
you a
They
wristwatch.
shake my hand, and then I just walk off the stage. It is literally a ceremony now, like, with no, I don't even get a rolled piece of paper.
They didn't even
Everything's
give
on
you fake
iPads now.
paper.
in
They didn't even
schools.
give me fake paper.
Oh,
I just shook people's
UNLV,
hands.
you need to figure it out.
I just shook people's hands and walked off the stage.
Everything's on iPads now in schools. You had to get the degree app.
They
on your
emailed
iPad.
it to you. They
Yeah.
emailed your degree to you.
Yeah,
you
I
have to
probably
print
should
it out at home.
I probably should have asked,
They
where's my
give
fake?
you instructions on what stock of paper to use.
Yeah, exactly. I probably should have asked them, like, when I was shaking their hands, like, so where's my fake piece of paper? It's like, oh, you don't have the app for that?
It's a good
Yeah.
thing you're a member of the Sin Shop because you can like properly print it here. You can properly frame it here.
Yeah.
Like
You
for
can
all of
actually
you
get
who
a
got your
poster
degrees
size.
emailed
I want
to
the
you,
paper,
join
like,
the Sin
with
Shop.
the
Dude,
linen
that's what you
paper.
should do. You should do like a poster-sized degree, and just like put a banner on your cubicle.
I like that idea.
Oh, that's awesome.
All right, so anyway, again, side note, but I do think that the education is worth it. It's just that you definitely have to have the tenacity and the perseverance to go through it because it's hard.
And honestly, I think it's better if you take a little time off and then go back so you know, as opposed to just
Yes,
flailing wildly.
and
school.
there's and here's another thing too. Is remember when you first go into college, you're about 18. Some people 17, but 18 really, 19, right?
Yeah, most kids aren't ready for it.
Right, and
Yeah.
exactly. A lot
Not
of
at
people still have that premature, immature mentality.
I still have that.
Okay, but then when I came back to it
You
the
have that,
second
but You don't
time,
have a voice.
when I came back to it the second time, I was definitely more mature in my responsibility. I said, okay, I know
Yep.
I need to get this because of this, right? So it wasn't about drinking. It wasn't about going to a dorm party
Just a little
or
bit.
no,
Not really.
It actually
Just
wasn't.
kidding, just
Like
kidding.
when-
I know you're
for
just
me,
kidding, but yeah.
Time we're serious.
Yeah.
Yeah,
For me, college wasn't about drinking. I dropped out because I happened
you
to
did it
land a
wrong.
good job. Because I
You
didn't
did,
even
you
have a
did.
degree. I just happened to drop out because I got a good job.
and
'Cause
that's
I-
the right
I
thing
nailed,
for
I
you.
nailed an interview and I had experience coding just on my free time.
Yeah, that's
Right, and
that's the right thing for you. It seems
and college,
like
it's not for everybody.
yeah.
It's just not.
Well, don't fucking waste people's time and money. Thank you very much, taxpayers.
Yeah.
Right? Like, don't go to college if you find yourself just not knowing exactly what you want to do in college. Maybe
Join the
you should go get
military.
a job. Like, get a fucking jobby job.
Or
Like,
the military.
quote the guy in Friday, right? You need a jobby job.
Military is a jobby job.
The military is a jobby
so, and it is.
Yeah,
I
so
agree with that.
absolutely.
You know, not that I'm going to condone this idea, but a lot of countries do have that idea, right? Like where the kids get out of high school
And they
they're
serve
and they have
an X amount of years in the
compulsory
military.
military service.
I mean, if you join, you don't have to.
These are countries, mind you, that don't actually fight wars.
Yeah.
So, like,
Hey, guys, by the way, I'm sorry. My bit says happy birthday to whoever's birthday it is. He
Did you,
doesn't know.
did you see the YouTube channel?
What YouTube channel?
Zenify was
Is there, or did you put like
Oh,
party
wait.
hats?
You have the IRC chat in the chat?
no.
Oh.
It's a separate YouTube
Did you,
channel.
did you put like
Oh.
birthday hats?
Is
in
anybody
the-
saying
in
happy
the
birthday
YouTube
to
channel?
us?
Happy
To us.
birthday
To one of us.
anonymous person in
To
the
a
group.
specific
All right. Well,
person.
thank you to the YouTube listeners who are
So,
saying happy birthday to one of us.
I wonder if the listeners can tell that it's the week before Christmas with the way this this episode's going. The direction this episode's
Oh,
taking.
which yeah, we don't give a shit.
Happy
which-
birthday to an anonymous person in the group.
Thanks, BGM. Which, by the way, you guys, I do want to say this too, and I'll probably say it at the end of this episode again. We will not have an episode next week, but we will have an upload. We're calling it the Christmas Day upload of the holiday special. So fuck all these people who are.
so go fuck yourself.
Well, seriously, all this, offense of what you celebrate in practice, I don't give a shit. Look, it's the Christmas Day upload of the holiday special. Okay, there,
It's
I've
the
covered
Chris
all bases.
Kwanzaa-
Yeah, the Chris Kwanzaa.
the Chris Kwanzaa holiday special.
No, we can just call it Festivus. I was really
That's
hoping
the
that
best
we.
of us.
Festivus.
I was really.
No, but that's copyrighted, I'm sure.
I
I
was
didn't say
really
that.
hoping that we were going to get some Greco-Roman wrestling going on tonight. I have some grievances like we can air.
Let's
too.
strip down and get the petroleum jelly out.
I think we have.
We have the beer. Let's go.
Okay, yeah. Let's rein back a little bit on these rails. All right. So all I'm saying is next week we will not have.
Sorry. I'm a dumb nerd.
All right, next week we will not have
so you
a
don't
live.
encrypt your hard drive.
Next week we will not have a live episode, but there will be an upload, and so pay attention to that because we probably have to record that right after this, or at least part of it. So anyway, there's that, and with that, let's remind everybody to go to greynoi.se. We're just gonna move on to
Do
the
you want to
next
spell it out because Dave hates that?
No,
It's the way you say it.
fine.
Fine.
It's fine.
GREYNOISE. Go to greynoi.se. No, fuck. I'm fucking it up. I'm fucking it up. Hang on.
Totally fucked that up.
You want this guy to write a thesis?
GREYNOI.se.
Greynoi.se. Greynoi.se.
But
Avoid the greynoi.
back to the school thing.
Okay, thank you, Doxy. Thank you. That's where I was trying to go.
So he was talking about mandatory service, and I
I
know
know you were trying to go there. You don't know how to spell.
I know how to spell. My fingers don't know how to spell. There's a difference. I know how to spell.
That just made my day.
My
you,
fingers
BGM.
don't know how to spell. All right, sorry,
Leading
Doxy,
guns
go.
repeat, Thank you.
So with leaving school and coming back, I don't know what we're talking about, but the military, like if you have no direction in your life, I don't know, getting a job is definitely an option to kind of find out where you want to be or what you think you want to do. It'll help you kind of focus yourself.
Military is very good because it gives you experience and in life.
And it'll
really.
teach you how to put up with a lot of shit.
That's exactly
Which
right.
you're gonna have
I'll
to
tell
do
you.
in
I'll
life.
tell you something.
Like it's good life experience.
I'll tell you. I'll tell you one thing. Military kids, they know when to put down the iPads.
I'm not sure that's true.
Well, some of them. Well, I'm not going to get into it, but some of them definitely do, because I mean, nobody wants to get their dad's first sergeant involved, and then you have to deal with that because that is the worst.
Because that's never happened to you, did it?
That is the
That
worst.
has never happened to you, did it?
The absolute worst.
That's just a story you read online.
That's something I saw on Reddit
Yes.
yesterday.
It's just a
What's
random.
the
random-
worst thing that happened to your dad in the military? I saw that Ask Reddit post.
Yeah.
Yeah,
That's
I'm sure that was in. Yeah, like I was a military brat, AMA.
But even if you yourself were in the service, I forgot what we were talking about.
You were saying the military
What the
is
fuck,
good life.
dude? I totally
just
good
went.
life experience.
No, it is a good life experience.
It was the week before Christmas, and all through the shop, everyone forget how to speak and to talk.
Oh my
I know we're talking about
god.
military service, and it gives you guidance, but I don't remember. Okay.
Good talk. Good
Good
talk.
talk.
Yeah, thank you for
Thank you,
that.
Joxy.
Doxy.
Yeah. That's a
Yeah,
good
thank you,
one.
Joxy. That's definitely not Doxy.
It's
It's Joxy.
Doxy never forgets stuff.
He's like an elephant.
All right. So there's that, and then there's one more thing that I wanted to talk about before we go into the lightning round, because I think that'll be a good amount of discussion. So 3 episodes ago or 2 episodes ago, depending on if you're counting episode 23 or not.
I am. I'm gonna find it.
I am too, and I would help you find it, but apparently I can't find old podcast equipment, so we'll get into that later. Maybe I stole it. Maybe I stole last week's episode. I don't know.
I got my Indiana Jones outfit and a ticket for the Middle East, so I'm gonna dig it up.
Okay. Okay, that was a okay. Got it.
Are the Nazis chasing you?
Yep.
Okay, so
Nazis.
a couple of episodes back, like about 3 episodes back, we were talking about how the Paris shooters, the Paris attackers, did not.
Paris shooters,
Every
not the
time you say
parachuters.
parachuters, I'm like,
Sorry,
these people
Paris-
just like dropping
Paris-
into
okay,
into France.
We're not talking
From
about
a
the
plane?
101st
Okay, no.
Airborne.
I got a
We're
good
talking
one.
about people who walk around in fucking
They are terrorists.
the terrorists. I think maybe too soon.
Okay, fine, maybe too soon, but okay, the Paris.
But it's there now.
Okay, it's there. The Paris terrorists. Let's be clear. So 3 weeks ago, or whatever it was, we stated that they did not use encryption for their communications. And
Not
this-
we, like the media.
Well, yeah, the media.
Yes, right. Stated that.
We were stating our opinion on
Yes.
what the media said about them
It
not
was
using
unencrypted
encryption.
SMS
Well,
communications.
this morning on CBS, this morning, that's the title of the show, they said that they were using encryption. So now my question is, are they just changing that story because of the bills that need to be passed in legislation?
They fucking don't need to be passed.
No,
I'm
saying that, I'm not saying
That they're trying
I'm
to
not
get
an
passed.
advocate, but that's what they're trying to
That they're
pass.
trying to get past.
I think
Yeah,
if the anchors weren't holding a piece of paper, they would have done air quotes when they said that.
That's probably true. I think the fifth column is completely failing us. The fifth column being the media, right? Is that right? Or is that the fourth
right?
column?
I think it's
Fact
What
check
are the
me,
first
somebody.
3?
Anyway,
What are the columns?
Anyway, the media definitely is failing us. I think it's pretty obvious. That's why everything has been polarized and nobody fucking cares anymore. I'm actually, that doesn't surprise me. You saw the articles last week about how the San Bernardino shooters could have been figured out if people had been looking at their Facebook, like in 2012, where they're like, "Hey, we just want to,
By the way, we have a fact check. David E. Grayson said it's called the Fourth Estate.
Fourth Estate."
That's right.
Thank you. Thank you.
Fourth estate. Okay,
Grayson.
thank you, Grayson. And also, I got a text message from one of our listeners saying, "Punners get punched." So I think I'm gonna get punched at the end of the show. So thanks, for whoever sent that.
I will not be surprised if in 2 weeks we find out that people are trying to claim that the San Bernardino people were actually hiding their tracks
And using encryption
because the encryption's fucking evil, right? Whatever. If you're not using encryption, you're dumb. Use encryption.
Has anybody kind of got like a Monster of the Week feel from 24-hour news networks, or is it just me?
No, that's absolutely right.
That's exactly what it is.
Because they have to keep you glued to it, right? If there's no monsters to talk about, then why would you watch it?
Why would you watch?
This just in, it's somebody's birthday. Rawr. Whose birthday? That's the monster for us.
Revealed at 10 p.m.
Where's episode 23? Find out next.
Party goers hate him.
Well, this is why, like, you know how everybody hates the movie of Starship Troopers? I still think
I
the whole...
like the
I love
movie.
Starship Troopers.
No, the book. Have you ever read the book?
Oh no, I was like, the movie was back when Denise Richards was very attractive.
Okay, go fuck yourself, because the book is 1,000 times better.
I should read the book.
Because the movie...
You gave in really quickly.
Because the movie has nothing to do with the book, actually. It's like kind
Oh,
of
it's
a
like
rough...
World War Z.
There's kind of like a rough plot, like, analogy, but they're not really the same movie, the same story.
Is it like World War Z, where the movie had absolutely nothing to do
I've
with
never
the
read the book or seen the movie, so I can't comment. But the point is, though, like Starship Troopers is actually really a great parody on media, right? Like, you want to know more? Click here, right? Like, I just love that about that movie. Anyway, I'm sorry, tangent.
No, that's fine. All right, so
Don't give.
I don't think it's much
You know what
of
it
a
is?
tangent.
You don't give Dave beer after 7, right?
Especially ones named after 80s bands.
the beer or the person?
Beer, he's drinking in excess.
I was like,
Oh, I am drinking in excess.
is there a band named Dave?
No, he's drinking in excess beer.
All right, guys. So I will go ahead and move us forward into the lightning round because
Already?
usually it takes about 15 minutes anyway
Holy
to complete.
moly, it's time for the lightning round.
Yes, it is time for the lightning round, and Dave
the
just
bot-
fucked up his mic.
So
No,
I
I'm
added
good.
a new feature to the bot in IRC.
Oh, there was a spike
and
there, too.
It pings me whenever there's a grave error, and it just pinged me about it dying like 20 minutes ago.
Wait, it pings you when you
That's
die?
inefficient. That's a really good efficient system.
Well, I mean,
Oh, wow.
I have to, turn it back on for it to ping. So,
Oh, wait, no, I got it.
so,
So when the bot dies, it won't ping?
it won't ping until I turn it back on.
Imagine
Then
that.
it'll ping you.
So what you need is another bot that watches the first bot.
Yeah, WatcherBot.
Who's gonna watch the watchers, man?
So, but I enabled that for non-fatal errors, but it's also pinging during fatal errors, but only 20 minutes later after I enabled it.
All right,
It's an
so
interesting little thing
that's cool.
that I just learned about my bot.
All right, so we are going to go on to the Hacker News now. Hopefully, this is not as clickbaity as it has been in the past couple of weeks. I don't know, how was it last week, guys? Was it clickbaity?
It was very baity click.
Baity click. All right, well, that sucks. We
Baity
might have to
click?
grab a new source if this sucks. So maybe we'll decide that after this show, right? Because it's already been a month.
You've never have you elaborated on how we choose what we talk
All I
about?
know-
in
all I
Light
know
Round?
is-
This,
Fox-
okay, it's the front page of Hacker News.
All I know is last week, the missing episode 23, Fox went through Hacker News and skipped almost half of the articles on the front page because either they were clickbaity or we already talked about them.
So she,
That might happen this week too.
so she's like, what's his name on South Park? Like, ad, real news, ad, real news, real news, real news.
All right, well, here we go. So first, by the way, we're going clockwise, clockwise,
Clockwise.
clockwise or
Let's go,
counterclockwise.
let's go
Check back.
counterclockwise. I want to go last. And I want to hear what Magic Dave has to say.
Counterclockwise. Okay, we're going counterclockwise. Jesus Christ. All right, here we go.
No, you said that wrong. It's Jesus Christ.
Oh, Jesus Christ.
Oh,
Counterclockwise.
All right, here we go. First one, Juniper firewalls with GreenOS backdoored since 2012.
I am not surprised. If you make critical infrastructure, if you aren't already pwned by the government, good for you. This does not surprise me at all. You have to assume the tubes are compromised.
What Dave said.
wait, Screen has an OS?
No, it's not. It's not Screen as.
You said Screen OS?
No, it's Juniper Networks.
Juniper's
okay.
GreenOS. Yeah.
I was like, what?
No, okay, so I don't use Juniper, so I guess I'm not affected. But
I wish Crux were here because I'd love
Yeah,
to hear
Crux
his
would know.
comment.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Crux is a network.
Resident network
dude.
engineer.
all right, next one. Shocking. Instagram hacked. Researcher hacked into Instagram server and admin panel. Well, at least it was done by a researcher.
Are we gonna get another fappening from this?
Ooh, that's a good question.
Well, they don't allow nudity on Instagram.
Yeah,
so-
they blur out nipples.
How would you have liked to have been the software engineer charged with that task? I want you to detect
to-
nipples in pictures
You have
and
to
then
look
blur
like,
them out.
You have to look at like hundreds of pictures of different nipples to find their exact hex color codes.
So you're like training a neural network to identify nipples in
Yeah.
pictures. Like that's almost like doing boob physics in video games, right? Like
Maybe
what
they
and
hired
get
the
paid?
Team Ninja guys to do the.
Hey,
the
boob physics was
nipple-
really good in
nipple
GoldenEye.
blur.
64.
You know what? And I'm pretty sure that entire team was female.
I'm so. This is
Wait,
irrelevant.
they're using an admin panel?
I guess, yeah. That's interesting.
Was it built on the WordPress platform?
Yeah, exactly.
No.
That's the first thing my mind went to.
No, because it would have been pwned a long time ago if it was. All right, next, here we go. 19-year-old teen steals $150,000 by hacking into airline's website. Oh, it's an airline. Do we have a
Do we have an
from-
airline name?
Let's see here.
Do we have a name for the airline?
It says...
United, Southwest, Virgin.
Well, are you guessing or telling
I'm
me?
guessing.
Oh, okay, well then I gotta open this fucking
It's
article.
probably
don't open
Pony
it.
Airlines.
No,
Don't
no,
open it.
don't open
Okay,
it.
okay,
That's not
I'm not
that's
opening
not
it.
our job.
That's not what we do.
Okay,
Sorry.
move on.
I didn't even explain what the lightning round was. I'll explain it at the end. All right, next. Bad Santa. Microsoft offers upgrade now or upgrade tonight to push Windows 10. Upgrade now or upgrade tonight. That's your option. Those are your options.
You're getting this upgrade. You're getting it.
It's pushing it down
Bend
your
over,
throat.
you're gonna get it.
Either way, you're getting it.
Jesus.
Wow.
Do you have an opinion, BGM?
No.
No,
No. Okay.
The funniest thing would have been is if they had pushed Microsoft Bob.
There was a Microsoft Bob.
You don't remember Microsoft
Yeah,
Bob?
yeah. Have the paperclip
Microsoft Bob
get
was,
you through each installation.
Yeah, he was.
I remember the dog in the paperclip.
You've never heard of
No.
Microsoft Bob?
No.
Windows 95 they thought was too hard for people.
Oh, shit.
So they made an interface called Microsoft Bob, which was like this lovely fireplace and like a bookshelf, and like you moused over things and it was like, welcome to your computer. What would you like tonight? Shall I give you your cigar?
terrible.
And your yeah. it was-
I never used that.
I always use that as my example when I'm doing slides for like operating systems and being owned and stuff. Like,
Well, there you go then.
That's something that Fox would have skipped.
Yeah, okay, yeah, I'm gonna skip that. All right, next one. Hackers plan to ruin Christmas Eve for millions of PlayStation and Xbox gamers.
bring it, bitches. Seriously, bring it.
They did last year.
I wanna
They
see
a
what you
pretty
did.
good job.
What are they trying to do? Like,
I don't know.
I think if Chen didn't have his hands full with his phone, he would have put air quotes around hackers.
Yeah, actually, script kiddies, I think is probably the
yeah, okay, so it was script together. I
right
got it.
term.
All right, next, that's spelled N3XT. They're taking the notes from us. They're taking notes from us. There you go. See. All right, advanced chip.
We pioneered the 3 being the E.
Yeah, there you go. All right, so advanced
Bullshit.
chip that can make your computer 1,000 times faster. Oh, sweet! It's the next chip.
The what?
Is
The
it
next chip.
quantum? Is it? I'll have to read it. About
Sounds
Yeah,
like
yeah,
bullshit.
we'll have to read. See, this is why we need to explain what the lightning round is before we do the lightning round.
I thought you did.
I thought so too. I
And
realized
I'm
that
going
I
to say
didn't.
again on this one. Bullshit.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that sounds like bullshit. To
It's,
me.
yeah, it sounds like advertising.
Clickbait.
Time.
All right, next one. British intelligence open sources its large-scale graph database software.
Cool.
What? Say it again.
Hughesby, what do you think on this this development?
Why were you asking
Thank you,
me?
Anchor BGM.
Because we're going counterclockwise.
Counterclockwise?
Yeah.
Uh,
Counterclockwise.
Hashtag, guys. Let's trend that shit.
Counterclockwise.
Counterclockwise.
Hashtag counterclockwise.
Put it on my Facebook.
It's interesting only in the fact that does it reveal anything about their capabilities? Right? Like, I would be interested to look at the software and think, wow, this actually could crunch through terabytes and terabytes of data in a reasonable amount of time.
That's a good question.
Right? So now, or if the database software can't handle anything, like if you were to actually throw several hundred terabytes at it, would it just die in a fire? Does that mean that they are incapable of actually processing like thousands of real-time video streams, for instance? Right? Like, it might be an interesting admission of what their real capabilities are.
It would be something that we have to read
Yeah.
up on.
Yeah. All right. Anybody else have an opinion on that? Are you just reserving your voice, Joxy? Okay. All right, next one. Top 10 2016 New Year's resolutions for cybersecurity professionals.
Encrypt your hard drive.
That's,
Well, yeah. Is that your resolution?
That is well, I've already fucking done it. The rest of the world needs to now.
Encrypt your hard drives.
Yeah.
I
And-
second that.
yeah.
All right. Disable Bing.com on Windows 10 so you don't get hidden network polls.
Well, you're either going to get Windows 10 now or tonight.
And I'm gonna plug a
And
friend
it
of
is tonight.
I'm gonna plug a friend of mine that's really has a great service. Disconnect.me is fucking amazing. You should go check it out,
That sounds
install
familiar.
it.
I've heard of it.
I thought we played with it before.
Yeah. So it's a search proxy, and you can tell it which search engine you want it to proxy. So it can be Google or Bing or Yahoo. And all your searches go through Disconnect, where it's like DuckDuckGo, where they don't keep any logs or any of that stuff. But you can actually go directly to Google and get the results, but it's proxied, so Google doesn't get anything on you.
Nah, okay, I like that. Nice. All right, next one. 13 million Mac Keeper users hacked. 21 gigabytes of data exposed.
Mac Keeper.
What's Mac Keeper?
I don't know what Mac is.
It's like a crapper keeper for Macs.
Vic said
It's a crapper keeper for
Macs.
Macs.
It's a crapper keeper.
All right, so that was the last article. Now, for those of you who
Wait,
don't know...
I gotta comment
Oh,
on
yeah,
that
go ahead,
one.
go ahead. I'm sorry.
Do not ever trust your data to any cloud storage solution that does not encrypt it locally on your computer first.
That's a good idea.
I like that.
If they expect you to upload your data and then clear, tell them to go fuck themselves, because it's not their business.
Yeah.
And they're gonna make money off of knowing what data you're storing. So they're not gonna tell you that up front. So there are solutions out there. Not to plug any, I don't really care which one you use, but the ones I know of are like LaCie, right? They bought Walla, which is all client-side encrypted. The Tahoe LAFS is pretty awesome too. It's all client-side encryption. So all the servers store encrypted blobs. They have no clue who it is or what it is or any of that stuff. So if you choose any of those, choose those, right?
Cool.
Okay.
If you have to store in the cloud, choose something that allows you to encrypt it locally.
All right. Any other opinions on this one?
I agree with Magic Dave.
I agree, too.
agree.
All right, so that was the end of the lightning round. For those of you who did not or still do not know what the lightning round is, usually we read the headlines from maybe yet to be determined new credible news site. We read the headlines. We give our tweet's length, hopefully, opinion of what we think it's about and what we have about it, and then we leave it up to you guys to do your own research, come with your own opinions, because we do a lot of discussion here, not so much like headline news. So that's up to you guys to come with your own opinion. Anyway, that is the end of the episode. It is 3 minutes to 8 o'clock. To get a hold of us, go to synshop.org for the hackerspace, Synshop Hackerspace in Las Vegas, Nevada. That is 1075 American Pacific Drive, Suite C in Henderson, Nevada. That is still the Las Vegas Valley.
Come down on Fridays and hang out with us.
Yeah, we're here on Fridays. And by the way, Monday I taught the impromptu, well, it was the lockpick night, but I taught an impromptu class, which was pretty sweet.
Yeah, so the meetup group is the easiest way to know what's going on.
Yeah, go to Meetup and you'll find us on, you look for Synshop, you'll find us there. And our personal websites here for the podcast is greynoi.se, or you can just go to greynoise.com, where the 3 replaces the E in gray. IRC channel is irc.greynoi.se. It's forced SSL, so make sure you are encrypted before you connect to us, because, well, we won't let you in otherwise.
The channel is Pound Pub.
Let's
Pub,
make
yes.
2016 the year that everybody encrypts everything. That's my New Year's resolution.
You look so tired and exhausted for saying this over and over again.
Well,
You're
because
like,
I've been saying this
fucking
for.
encrypted.
I have been saying this literally for 20 years.
I know you have, but it seems like right now you were just exhausted about it.
I am, because now you really have no excuse anymore, right? Now that Let's Encrypt it, let'sencrypt.org.
Oh, question. I don't know if anybody answered this in the IRC channel. Let's Encrypt certs, are those needing to be renewed every 90 days instead of a year, or how's that work?
Every 90 days, yes.
Okay, so
Currently, at the moment, they're 90 days, but that's only because of the Let's Encrypt people are trying to test the infrastructure.
Right, of course.
They're personal friends of mine, so
Okay.
yeah, I'll be reissuing them here. Yeah, I have an
All right,
alarm
so,
set up.
Okay, that's what I wanted to make sure, is that we don't lose our cert.
No, we're not going to.
Okay,
Don't worry
cool.
about that. And yeah, now that let'sencrypt.org is there, and you can get free TLS certs for your web page and all other things encryption, that was really the last excuse,
Yeah.
right? That it was hard to do your web page. So now you can get those for free, and it's pretty much automated. So you do that for your web server, and then you GPG for all your email, and hard disk encryption comes on every fucking operating system now. So 2016, do us a favor and encrypt everything.
Okay, thank you for that. Dave. All right, so you guys have our contact information. If you're listening on the live stream or watching on the live stream, thank you very much. And if you're listening in the future, get us on the live stream if you get a chance, unless you're busy Friday nights doing things like having a life. This is our life on a Friday night.
It's good life.
It's a good life.
There are girls in the world, so I've heard. There are rumors.
Oh, Jesus. All right. So anyway, Jesus. My name is Master Chen.
I'm BGM.
This is Joxy.
And I just got in trouble.
I'm sorry. One more announcement, by the way. Remember, and you could probably just rewind this motherfucker. But
Rewind this motherfucker.
rewind this episode. But there will not be a live episode next week. But we will have a Christmas Day upload of the holiday special. So thank you guys, and have a great evening.
Thank you.
Bye.
Merry Christmas.